So today I'm going to tell you all about this item right here, which has been a life-changing EDC discovery. Well, life-changing might be a little extreme, but I will say that after carrying this, I don't really see myself anytime in the future going back to having, random gear loosely in my pocket. This has been amazing. This one specifically is a Hitch and Timber. It's a Runt 2.0. And I got this in a trade from someone used, so I'm not sure what original finish, because there's a bunch of different colorations and stuff, but I want to say it's probably the Crazy Horse finish, which is a little bit on the darker side. It just so happens to match my wallet, which worked out nicely. It wasn't really planned, it just happened to be what it is, so it's a pretty similar coloration. Now obviously you guys know when I first got this wallet, it was very, very, very different. It was a much lighter, leather, but the natural oils and holding and stuff, it created this kind of dark finish and, really high sheen, and it's the same on this, just from being carried and used. But yeah, so first let's talk about it in general, then I'll talk about this one more specifically. I want to talk about the pen, that's a whole separate thing. But yeah, since my last EDC update, I talked about how I saw these things on Instagram, these pocket organizers or gear caddies, I think someone called them. I don't know the official name for them, maybe they have a couple names. But that's basically what it is, a little pocket organizer. Just take all those little things that are loosely falling around your pocket, scrambling around, bumping into each other, scratching each other up, and it has a little spot for each one of them. So when I made that video, I had someone who contacted me who saw it and said that they had this one, and they weren't really using it much, and they wanted to know if I wanted to do a trade, and we worked out a trade. That's why I have it here. So thank you very much to that person. They know who they are. But I have to say, I'm totally in love with the idea. So my original plans when I got one of these things was to have a pen, a flashlight, and a lighter. Now, as you can see, this is not a lighter. I have a Victorinox in here. Okay, one of the ALOX models, like this is the Soldier. And that's just kind of temporary for now. I do want to find a perfect lighter for this size pouch here. Just because I always carry a neck knife, I always carry a main folder, sometimes even a backup folder. So I'm always testing something. I don't really need a pocket knife. Now this is like, being a little leather caddy, it's classy to me, and part of me wants to put like a really nice slip joint in here, but it's unnecessary. I don't need a third or fourth blade. I'd rather have a nice lighter, preferably butane lighter, just so that it will hold that fuel in there, so that I have the flashlight, the pen, and the lighter. It's just, for me, that's my personal preference. When I originally knew I was going to get this, I actually ordered a Fisher Space Pen, because I knew it would fit in here perfectly. This is the Bullet. But I have to say I'm a little disappointed in this finish. I never got this finish before. This is the brushed stainless, I think. And it just has kind of a, I don't know, let me zoom in. It's kind of a cheaper feel and a cheaper look. I thought it'd be more like a stonewash type finish. There's nothing wrong with it. As far as function, it works perfectly fine. I do love the Fisher Space Pens, the pressurized cartridges. They work really well, very comfortable in the hand. But I may or may not go back to a different finish. I kind of want to have a theme going on. I wanted like a stainless look. But who knows, maybe in the future I'll get a brass one or something and do a brass, flashlight and a brass lighter. Who knows? I like just having kind of a theme. It's just, I don't know. Maybe that's weird, but I'm sure some of you guys get it. But yeah, so flashlight works, or excuse me, the pen works great and everything. I just wasn't so hot about that finish. Flashlight, same thing, the ThruNite T5T, whatever, the titanium. It's a single, AAA. Works great. And in fact, because it's so beat up, it has pretty much the same finish as the pen, so I guess that works. But in the meantime, I just have the Victorinox in here until I can find the perfect lighter for this spot. And on the back, it has a flat side, which is good for credit cards or maybe some folded bills. I'm not going to use this right now just because these are filling out these pockets. It kind of makes a natural indent here. So I put a card or something, it might bend. A credit card, not so much, but like business cards and stuff, it might bend in there. I might also put something thin in the back part here just because there's a natural indent. Not really sure yet. It's cool that it has a grommet on here. All right, so if I wanted to, I could put a long lanyard on here and have the lanyard hanging outside the pocket, so I don't have to actually dip in to grab the whole unit here. I could just grab the lanyard and pull the whole thing out. But it's just, why I say life-changing is because my whole life, all these many years of trying different gear and stuff, different combinations of things between lighters, you know, and flashlights and your pocket tools and pry bars and all these different things. They were usually just loose in the pocket. I had my main pocket knife that was clipped to my pocket, and all these other things were just kind of like loose, scrambling around the pocket, bumping into each other, you know, poking out, making all kinds of weird shapes in my pocket and getting scratched up and damaged and such. This is perfect. It literally just organizes that. So it's all in one little unit. It's easy to slip on. It's easy to take out. Everything stays flat in the pocket as well. You know, so like there's nothing jabbing your legs or poking out of your pocket, ruining your jeans or you know, tactical pants, if you will, depending on who's watching. It's just cool. I love everything about it. And because it's leather, it's just super classy looking. You know, it's just, I love everything about this. So I don't foresee myself, honestly, going back to just having loose crap in my pocket. I think I will always have some form of a pocket organizer now. Now I've tried bigger pocket organizers like the Maritac that had that, can't remember the name of it, but it was just a little pocket organizer. It was much bigger than this. And I usually left that in my pants pocket on my cargo pants. But what happened was, because it was much bigger, I packed it with all kinds of stuff. I had like 4 different pens and a little screwdriver set and pad of paper and all these different things. So it ended up being bulky. It's kind of like a bob bag. Once you get a bob bag and you get into that mentality, you start overpacking with stuff that you don't necessarily need. You know, so it became uncomfortable to carry because it was big and fat and heavy. This will never be like that. This is literally just 3 tools. I'll always have a pen available to me. I will always have a flashlight and hopefully a lighter. Like I said, don't really need a 3rd or 4th knife because I always have the neck knife. I always have a pocket knife, a main knife that's clipped to my pocket. But since I've been carrying this, since I got the thing, this is down in the pocket and I have plenty of room on the side to clip a large folder. You know, so it's worked out great. And ironically, I needed the pen the other day. I almost never carry a pen. I was just talking about that, how I started carrying a pen now. And I'm trying to think where I was. I need to fill, I went to the farms with my family and there was like a little thing, guess the pumpkin's weight, you know, so everyone's scrambling to borrow the little broken pencils and I whipped out my little pen. I felt very good about that, very prepared. So yeah, this particular one is very cool. Like I said, tons of finishes. It sells for, I think, $45 on Amazon. As I mentioned before, I traded something for this one. $45, I mean, it's a lot of money. It's just a piece of leather. I mean, it's very well done. I don't want to sell it short, but that is a lot of money. I would expect something like this, if I had to totally guess, $20, $25. But they're 45 bucks. They have a bunch of different ones too, Hitch and Timber. I might or might not try other ones down the road. They have one that's like just for your knife. They have another one that holds cell phone. They have like a larger wallet thing. I mean, all different types of configurations for, you know, pocket organizers. But if you follow me on Instagram, you have noticed that I posted a video of me burning my grandfather's chair. I'll tell you the story very quickly. My grandfather, when he built his house, it was like 30 plus years ago, and he got a lot of furniture for the house custom made, you know, locally, and he bought a very nice couch set. It was a nice big oversized Italian leather, you know, seat, and he got a nice small couch that went with it and everything. And he sat in that seat for 30 plus years. And then when he passed away, my dad used that seat, you know, for another 10 years almost. You know, this chair is like 40 years old and it's gone through the ringer. It broke, you know, this part, that part, got uncomfortable. You know, my parents have animals. They've always had a cat. They've had 2 dogs, you know, so animals ruin things. It just happens. And it got tore up, and at some point they duct taped it. And I remember, and this is a true story, my dad went to get out of the chair at one point and he was stuck to it because the duct tape, like the edges of the duct tape rolled up and stuff, and it kind of stuck to his shirt. It ruined his shirt because it got that adhesive on there. But he literally like was sitting watching a movie or something and he went to get up and he was stuck. So as funny as that is, it's not really that funny. At least it wasn't funny in the moment when he ruined his shirt. So the chair's seen it all, and it was finally time to get rid of it, as sad as it was. So I did a ceremonial burning of it, but I did salvage the leather off of it first. So this has to be cleaned up and stuff, but I do have the leather, and I want to mimic something like this. I might play around with some different designs and stuff, but I think it'd be cool to try to make my own. I don't think it'll come out as nice, but we'll see. But just wanted to show that and mention that real quick. I'm gonna try some other little kind of leather craft. I have to learn more about it. maybe use the proper needles, the proper thread as well. But it seems pretty straightforward. It'll be kind of fun project to do on the side. But if you're not crafty and you don't have the proper materials, this might be something you might want to look into. Like I said, there are a ton of designs. I really, really love this thing. It is awesome. The only thing I'm going to change, like I said, is take out this knife because it's not necessary to have that many different blades on me. And I'll replace that with a lighter. So I always have a flashlight, I always have a light source, I will always have a pen, and I will always have a source of fire. All right, in addition to that, as you guys know, I always have knives on me, you know, and of course, whatever I carry in my wallet and such. But yeah, if you guys have a recommendation for a butane lighter, about yay big, because this happens to fit in there perfectly, let me know, of course. I mean, it'd be cool if I carried a Zippo, you know, too. Maybe I'll, like I said, maybe either make one or try a different design in the future that will also accommodate a wider pocket for something like a Zippo. But the problem with the Zippo is that obviously you guys know it leaks fuel and eventually it's empty. Having some kind of a nicer butane, it'll always be available to me. You know, I'm kind of looking more towards like a soft flame type butane lighter. I do have a bunch of lighters. It might be just a matter of me going to dig some out and see if they fit in this pocket. But yeah, it's been awesome. So write down in the comments, let me know if you guys got into one of these things. Do you already carry it? You know, is it an idea that you might try yourself? I can't believe I didn't know about this many years ago. These things have been around for a while. It's just all of a sudden I'm seeing people, more and more people start using them, you know, posting like pocket dumps and stuff on Instagram. And as soon as I saw it, I fell in love with the idea. And now that I actually have one to try out, I've been probably carrying this for like 2 weeks now. 2 thumbs up. It changed how I look at my EDC. And it keeps everything nice and flat in the pocket, keeps things from getting damaged. It's perfect. I love it. And there's a little touch of class there. Just something about it, it's kind of classy to me. So I happen to luck out that it matched the wallet, but in the future I'd like to maybe try some more different ones. And like I said, different themes, make it have different setups, and these are ready to go. You know, oh, I'm going such and such place today, so let me grab this one that has these tools for that place, you know. Pretty cool stuff. So that's all. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Take care.